Hello, thanks for joining me today for another video unboxing. For you now, have the Call of Duty World War II Deployment Kit Edition. Now this is basically it's a fancy collector's edition for the strategy guide, but not only does it include the hardback collector's edition strategy guide, which probably sells around about £15 to £20, depends on where you pick it up from. It includes a flask, some lithographs, posters, an encyclopedia of sorts, and a few bits and bobs. Basically, I know in the US this retails or has an RRP of around $100, and I've seen it sell on Amazon in the UK for about £70 to £80. But I managed to pick this up from a website called a Book Depository in the UK, and it cost me £58.90 something. So I wasn't going to get it, but I thought for less than £60, I thought I'm going to give it a go. Hopefully it'll be good value. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I love collector's editions and collector strategy guides. So hopefully this is a good one. So let's have a look what's in the box. It's quite a big box itself, as you can see. It's a cardboard, but it's almost styled like some kind of I suppose deployment kit crate. I haven't got my knife, so I'm going to have to use my pen of doom. There we go. There we go. Plastic material off. It lifts open like so. There we go. So first thing we see here, apart from this, you get a little, obviously you get the e-guide of it as well, which is quite common with strategy guides nowadays. Let's move this back, if my cat won't disrupt my video too much. So, this is obviously the hardback guide, which you can get on its own. Oh, that's cool. I presume these are all signatures from the actual developers over at Sledgehammer Games. That's a neat touch, didn't expect that. So what we've got here, we've got over 300 pages from the introduction, basic training, the squad, the campaign, with all the chapters down there. Achievements and trophy guides, and we've got some multiplayer guides with featuring the various modes, as well as a guide for the zombies, which I can't wait to play the zombies. I've played some of the early campaigns so far, and I'm really impressed with it. Oh, we go, we've got some signatures at the back of the book as well. So I won't look at too much in this guide for spoiler purposes. There we go, there's some personnel for the characters in the game. So each of the missions as well, we get a map layout. So there's the mission 1, D-Day. So obviously we get the various objectives, the weapons within the map, as well as a detailed map and their various items of interest locations, such as collectibles, vantage points, position where you regroup and whatnot. So let's skip to the back. Look at some of the headquarters, so yeah, one of the multiplayer modes here. Also, headquarters is obviously the social hub, taking the lead of Destiny's book. So here's the actual multiplayer modes. Obviously you've got your team deathmatch, hardpoint, domination, war, which is almost like a story-based narrative. And from what I've heard so far, it doesn't really care much about your kill-death ratio, which I think is good, because one of the reasons I stopped playing Call of Duty so much online is because I got obsessed with my kill-death ratio. But nowadays I'm more of a team-focused player. I'm still half decent, I guess, online, not the best, but I suppose having that feature in at least one of the modes where you don't have to obsess with your kill-death ratio makes it a bit more relaxed. So obviously we've got tactics for each of the modes as well as the maps, tactics in each maps where the best points are. Here we go, there's the zombies as well. Can't wait to play this. It's almost, if it's Sledgehammer stick true to their words, it's almost like a proper campaign in itself. So obviously some of the characters from the game. Where are you going? Where are you going? skip past them. There we go. Some of the playable characters. Their load dates. We've got various power-ups and whatnot. Natural zombies. It skips straight to the back. And there we go. There's an image of some war story books, as well as the deployment kit edition what I've got here. There we go, the encyclopedia, a manual, a flashlight, a flask pouch thing, I presume a poster, yeah, a poster. We've got some propaganda images as well. So there you go, so there's the actual strategy guide, the collector's edition one. Let's put that down there. Let's have a look at else what's in here. Okay, so that's cool. We've got this cool little envelope here, so it almost looks like a mission briefing. Glad this is not sealed properly, because I don't tend to like taking anything, breaking seals on items. So this is the poster. Oh, this is a good print. I don't know what the actual term for these are, but it's not a cheap plastic. It almost feels almost like a cardboard feel to it. That's cool. I'm not particularly mad on posters, but I do like it when they've got a good quality feel to them. And there's the propaganda image. Fight for freedom. Okay, so a cool little poster. And a propaganda poster as well. All in like a mission briefing envelope. Here is the encyclopedia. A visual encyclopedia to be more precise. Published by DK Books. This is a hardcover one as well. So we can't wait to have a look through this. I do like my history, and I do like knowing more about world wars and whatnot, and what our soldiers went through. I think most of us have all a grandparent or a great grandparent fought in either one of the wars. Joseph Stalin of USSR. There's the legendary Winston Churchill, our Prime Minister. And there's obviously more historic figures during the war. Also, we've got the English, Russians, Japanese, Germans, Americans. Oh, it's just full of iconic figures. Oh, so it's all split into various chapters in as well. So we've got loads of, obviously we've got some photos of a war, details as well. So this is quite an impressive encyclopedia. So very much worth probably buying in its own right. Have we got the how many pages? It's got the, oh, here we go. Here's the contents. We've got chapter 1, key players. So there's over 55. Well, it's just under 55 pages, should I say? Chapter 2, the military personnel. Chapter 3, key events and battles. Chapter 4, technology of war. And at the back, we've got a reference section. So that is a very good book. That's well worth a purchase if you can get that on its own. I don't know if you can. What we've got here is a journal. Again, this is hardback as well. There we go. Property of. So it's full of blank pages, so you can use it as a diary and notebook. So I do reviews, and I'm always using notebooks, but I don't think I'll be writing this one. I want to keep it all fresh and clean. We've got a little page back there, nothing in it. Ah, that's cool. Not for resale, so you can only get this in this edition. That's a nifty little notebook, that is. There's a lot of pages to it as well. I like that sound. So what we've got in here now, we've got the flashlight and the flask. Oh, we've got some dog tags as well. Ronald Daniels, These are the main characters, I believe, in the game. So these are his dog tags. From Texas. Mouse touch. Flashlight, which I don't believe. I don't think this comes with any batteries, unfortunately. That's very still. I can remember my granddad actually having a torch like this. What batteries do we take in here? Jesus Christ, how long is that going for? Yeah, so it doesn't include its batteries, but it takes 3 AAs, and I do have them, so I'm going to plonk them in now. And 3 AAs going out like so. Almost something like that. It's got like a magnet in there, so let's put this back on here. There we go. Oh, so you've got a flash where it flashes. And a permanent setting. There you go. That's probably quite bright. There you go. That's a very handy torch, I have to say. And so I can remember my granddad having a flashlight in this style. Alright, so look at the flask. I guess it's a proper hip flask. This little jacket, you've got the hook there to put on your belt or whatnot. Okay, so you got the excuse me, does that come out of here? There we go. Take the plastic packaging off. So I'm guessing this not only keeps its shape, but helps keep your cool water cool. Impressive, I do like that. That's a neat little item. I might actually use that when I go and watch my Villa play. Putting that back up. There you go. So all in all, I'd say, I mean, this normally is a lot more expensive elsewhere, this deployment kit edition, but say £58.90 something got paid rather than the 60 to 80. I would not pay 60 to 80 quid for this, but certainly less than £60. I'm very happy. I mean, so for a quick recap of what we get, let's get an estimate of its more of an idea of its value. So this can cost as much as £20 in itself anyway. So that's 20 quid. I'd say this journal is probably a good tenner. I mean, you can get lesser books for about £7 or £8. Well, Legend of Zelda ones and whatnot. So I'd say that would probably be about a tenner. This encyclopedia, I'd say, has got to be about a tenner. So that's 20, 30, 40 quid. Got these lithographs, which and a poster, which I don't know, they're probably about a tenner if you bought a lithograph, especially on its own. So that's £50. The flashlight, £10 to £50. So let's call that £60. So I'm already at what I paid in this as well. So I'd say all in all, it's probably worth about 70 quid with its items all individually. And obviously you put on the top of that, but it's a collector item as well. So all in all, less than £60. I'm very happy with what I got here. Right, have you picked up this edition? Are you going to pick it up at some point? I'm not too sure if your book depository have them in stock, but it still might be worth checking out because it's certainly cheaper than anywhere else that I found. And if you've enjoyed this video, hit like, share and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, my friends, thanks for watching and peace out.